Hi, Joe Muldowney here with another edition of Running Shorts, the YouTube video series where I help you become a better runner by offering tips and advice from my many years of running and coaching in this wonderful sport that we all love. Today, today's video is going to be a little bit limited to those who are racing. I know there are some people who watch this series who are just running for fun, which is fantastic. But for those of you who are racing, stay tuned because we're going to give you some tips today that I think will help you to race better and also to be a little more selective in the races that you choose. Okay, a couple of things here. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Share this video with someone who may be interested in running and also in racing. And also subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and then you'll get all the videos. And again, I apologize. Things happen. I'm very fortunate to have moved down here to Myrtle Beach. And since we've moved to Myrtle Beach, a lot of people like to come and visit us because it's a heck of a good place to visit. So we've had some visitors, and I haven't made as many videos as I would like, but anyhow, making one here today. Okay, race selection. First off, please be selective in the races that you run. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Again, I've been doing this for over 40 years, and it astounds me. And I know I sound like an old person because I am, but it astounds me, the race entry fees these days. Now, if you're in your 20s or your 30s, you're probably saying, "Oh, what are you talking about?" It astounds me, the race fees, and so if the race fees are going to be so high, get something for your money. Now, what do I mean by that? Yeah, it's nice to get awards, to get prizes, to get a finishing medal, to get all that kind of stuff. That's wonderful. But pay attention to the basics. You've been training hard. If you want to get that 5K personal best, make sure the course is certified. Make sure it's a 5K course. Make sure that you're not going to finish the race and the race director is going to say, "Oh, it was 3 miles or it was 3.4 or that kind of thing." That's not acceptable these days because people are making a lot. I know I'm ranting, but people are making a lot of money from me and you when you're racing. So check it out. Now, I'm going to give you what I think is one of the most egregious examples, and I'm not going to mention the race. But I have 2 young people that I coach that had signed up for a marathon in the Midwest about a month ago, 5-6 weeks ago. Got there. There were thunderstorms in the area that day. The race was canceled, completely canceled. I understand. You cannot take a chance with thunderstorms. Absolutely. I understand that roads are shut down for a while. You can't shut them down all day. As of me making this video, they have not received a refund. The race was completely postponed. They had trained for 4 to 6 months for this marathon. So anyhow, I think that's inexcusable. And again, select your races. Research. You can find out anything on the internet these days. Research your races. Now, when I say be selective, also, what I mean is, select races where you're really gonna go for it. And again, we're getting into that window now, at least in most parts of the country, where you get much into the middle of June. It's hard for you to run your personal best because the heat just slows runners down. Unless you're a world-class runner, and then nothing seems to slow you down. But so again, be selective with your races. Pick a nice flat course somewhere, that doesn't have a whole lot of turns in it. Okay, this is the course I'm going to run to get my personal best at the 5K, the half marathon, whatever it might be. Then Pick some fun races. I mean, there's a lot of beer races out there these days. You know, the Yingling Lager Jogger in my original hometown of Pottsville, Pennsylvania, is a fantastic race. You get to see the Yingling Brewery, and there's many of those types of races around. Run those kind of races for fun. Maybe not be interested in running your personal best at those races, but run them for fun. And again, if you're running a marathon in the spring or the fall, once again, it takes at least one day to recover for each mile of the marathon. So you're going to be kind of wounded for the next month. So maybe, pick a fun race somewhere. There's going to be a lot of, Memorial Day races and firecracker races on the 4th of July. And again, it's going to be hot for the most part. So pick a fun race to go to, a race that has some kind of fun amenities, and kind of sprinkle those into the to your very serious races. And then again, gear up for what maybe you'll be doing in the fall. A lot of people will be doing half marathons and marathons, and you'll want to run those as quality races. And when you're choosing those races, when you're choosing a marathon, remember, as I said in the example that I gave you a couple minutes ago, be very, very selective. You are investing not only a lot of money, but a lot of time to run a marathon. So choose good ones. I'm not going to tell you what the good ones are, but choose good ones. Well, maybe in a future video, I will tell you some of my favorites, but choose carefully. And again, everyone, begin to select now. If you're running a marathon in the prime months of, late September, October, and November, and even December, now's the time to choose. And now's the time to start laying down some of the base of that training. Not super serious marathon training yet, but to begin, at least have those races selected. And look at reviews from people. We do that for everything these days. You do that if you're buying something from Amazon. So do it when you're running a race. And again, you're investing money and you're investing time into these races. So please select carefully. Again, there are more races out there than ever before. There's not a weekend that goes by that you can't find a race within probably an hour of where you live. So be selective and pick the good ones for you. Maybe you like the mega races that have thousands and thousands of runners. Maybe you like the local races that have 100 runners, and that's fine. Maybe you enjoy flat courses. Maybe you like hills. Select accordingly. Sit down at that computer and make a list, and then kind of check off the things that you might not like about this certain race. Again, you can't predict the weather, so no race director has control over that. But you can select accordingly what that race is costing, what you're going to get for your money, and again, the very basics. Every race should have a properly measured course, should have timing that is accurate, and also should have the course properly marked so that you're not taking a wrong turn somewhere or even veering off the course a little bit. So those are your basics. After that, it's up to you. Have fun racing. Have a great time. The weather is beginning to get really beautiful. I promise I'll be back soon. Happy running, everyone.